I obsess over everything because I suffer from obsessive compulsive disorder. Obsessive compulsive disorder. I say the full title twice for obvious reasons. A stereotype of having OCD is people assume you wash your hands nonstop. I've been asked that so many times. I wash my hands a lot, but not for reasons you'd think. People will ask me, like, are you afraid of germs? Germs? OCD is far more complex than a dislike of germs. Like, am I a germaphobe? Absolutely not. Am I a neat freak? Nope. Do I care about 90-degree angles or patterns? Hell no. Do I feel like in a past life I borrowed money from God and never paid it back? So in this life, God taxes me in the form of daily rituals I have to perform, and if I don't, God goes after my loved ones like a mafia boss would? Yes. Yes. That's what it's like. That's what it feels like. Like there's a God in a heaven talking to his angels who are like his capos and his lieutenants and shit. Wait, what do you mean? You're telling me Sean Patton did not remember to microwave absolutely nothing for exactly 33 seconds last night at midnight on the dot? He's got to do that every Tuesday. Who the fuck does he think? All right, well, then I guess he don't like having a cancer-free family then, does he? No, do it. It's Uncle Billy, both lungs. Some of you laughed at that. Some of you clammed up like we're all cousins. Like, you're like, what? Is that what happened to Uncle Billy? I thought it was the asbestos and the unfiltered Lucky Strikes. It was. Sometimes God works in not mysterious ways at all. Gotta fucking send a message. By a round of applause, how many of you are superstitious? A few of you. The thing about superstitions is, I call it diet OCD. Superstitions were definitely created by someone with OCD, though. Make no mistake about that. Like, okay, earlier, when I was talking about Spain, the Buenos noches, the Spanish lisp when they speak. They have a lisp built into the pronunciation, right? You know where that comes from? Hundreds of years ago, there was a king, very powerful king, who himself had a lisp. And he was so insecure about it that he made it the classy way to speak. And all of Spain just followed suit, and now the whole fucking language has a lisp built into it. Or so that be the scuttlebutt. The same thing definitely happened with superstitions. There was a powerful ruler who had OCD and wanted everybody to fear the things he feared. So one day was making decrees like, if a black tabby cat crosses thy path, ye must turn around or face tidings of ill doings. Like, sire, that's insane. No, that's crazy. Off with your head! Remember, do it in one stroke or three, but not two nor four. And thus, superstitions were born. And here's why I don't believe in superstitions, because there's no real stakes involved. Like, if you're superstitious, you wouldn't walk under a ladder, because that'll bring you bad luck. But what does that even mean? Bad luck? What's so wrong with bad? I mean, that's where the blues came from. Everybody loves the blues. Growing up with OCD, every time I made a sandwich, which was a lot, I had to kiss all four corners of it before I bit into it, so that my grandfather would never die in a boating accident. And he didn't. It worked. He's been dead for over 20 years, but it happened on dry fucking land. If you're superstitious, you wouldn't want to break a mirror, because that'll bring you 7 years of bad luck. 7 years of bad luck? That sounds like the premise of an ABC sitcom. As a teenager with OCD, every Wednesday, I had to wear my shoes on the opposite feet. All day. Rarely did anyone ever notice, because I had very few friends, but the ones that did notice would make fun of me for that. And I pretended like it was the cool thing to do, and they were the idiots for not getting on board. Why? Because that was far easier than explaining to them that I was doing it specifically to prevent the HIV virus from ever going airborne. which it did not. You're welcome. Had it would have been a lot like 7 years of bad luck. Do you see? OCD's about saving lives. There is one superstition I respect, and not just because it rhymes. Step on a crack, break your mother's back. Now we're talking. That one's proof that life is pure chaos. You never know. You're walking down the street one day like you do every day. You step on a crack, you don't realize it. However, in that crack was a little tiny cockroach that went scurrying down the block past a child. That child saw it and screamed so loud that it distracted a cyclist who blew through a red light and got plowed by a garbage truck. And then that garbage truck got hit by another garbage truck. And people were just, oh, the humanity. And then a third garbage truck. And no one knew what to say about that until a fourth garbage truck. Now it's the largest all garbage truck accident since Jacksonville, 76. But now there's a traffic jam. Hours, cars are sitting there with their engines on, idling, pumping more and more carbon dioxide into the ozone, strengthening the effects of climate change, creating more and more unpredictable, psychotic weather patterns, like a late season nor'easter that unleashes a 40-mile-an-hour gale of wind with no conscience that one day crosses paths with your poor mother while she's doing some fucking roofing repairs. Her spine shatters in 3 places upon impact. Right there in the driveway. You broke your mother's back. Poetically enough, her name was probably also Gail. Thank you. Chaos! Now, I haven't come here to frighten you, and I can tell I've done that. It's not what I set out to do. Look, I shouldn't be telling you this, but there are others like me, the closest thing to real superheroes out there, protecting us all. I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. Still to this day, I'm a full-grown adult, and I have to touch my asshole twice a day, every day. Not while showering, not while taking a shit or toileteering in any way, shape, nor form. 2 independent asshole touchings. It's quick and clean. You never even know I was doing it. Hand in the pants, pop right on the button, get it right out of there. I would demonstrate for you, but I've already done it twice today. I have no clue what happens if I go for it a third time. It could be catastrophic. Which would be a great stripper name, by the way. Spell it with 2 Ks. That is funny, thank you. Now I know, after hearing all this information, your natural curiosity would make you go, why? Why must you touch your asshole twice a day, every day? Now that's a good question, but it's not the right question. Remember, OCD is complex. The right question would be, Sean, why hasn't there been a successful presidential assassination since you were 12 years old? Well, let me tell you why. If you look at the word assassination. Yes. A-S-S-A-S-S-I-N-A-T-I-O-N. Now, you break that up, it becomes 4 words. Ass-I-nation. Now, here's where the balance comes in. If the I goes towards nation, I, nation. That's how a leader should think. I serve nation. But I don't have what it takes to be a leader, so there's nothing I can do about that. However, ass, I got that covered all day. As long as I do my job, the leader can continue doing theirs. See? Like I told you, I wash my hands a lot. But it has nothing to do with germs and everything to do with national fucking security. Then I can also tell that some of you want to shout, why haven't you stopped touching your asshole then? Soon, friends. Listen, I'm just a run-of-the-mill superhero, but like any superhero, we want the people to have the power together vote him out of office or we impeach him. If neither of those happen, I got us covered. I can also tell by that energy that some of you are maybe Trump supporters. Now, we mostly forgive you, but here's a fact. It sucks that I gotta say this, but it has to be said. I did not just actually threaten the life of Donald fucking Trump. Just in case any of you are on his team, stay offline with that one. I don't need to read a fucking poorly written Breitbart article about myself. Comedian in Philadelphia threatens Trump with butthole magic. I'm saying right now, it's not what I just did.